In 1992, Honda released its first ever Type R with the NSX and followed by the Honda Integra Type R, which was released in 1995, and then they made the first ever Civic Type R in 1997, which is called the EK9, and today we have the 10th generation Civic Type R, which is called the FK8.
So guys, I'm Shervin.
I'm Oshan,
and you're watching Streets of Ceylon. Have a actual and legitimate Civic Type R for you guys, and not the ones that you see on the road with a kitted exhaust and all that bullshit. No. So here's how you differentiate an actual Type R from a normal Civic that you see on everyday Sri Lankan roads. It's with this. Yes, this hood scoop. It's a functional hood scoop that will provide additional cooling to the engine that lies underneath this hood, and you will learn more about it later on in the video, so stick around for that as well. Now, talking about the front, as you all can see, it is very aggressive and very much in your face, and you will not miss it at any cost. This car creates a huge presence on our Sri Lankan road, as it's nothing like any other car out there, you know. And moving down, you have your nice LED lights over there, and also these vents over here are for additional cooling towards the brakes. Okay, and then the front splitter is basically kitted with a bit of fake carbon fiber, you know, just to give it that, I don't know, just give it that sporty look maybe. And you have this red pinstripe running across the whole exterior of the car, which is pretty nice. Now, coming towards the side, let's talk about the wheels. Yes, the wheels. So, first of all four wheels are kitted with Brembo brakes, with Brembo 4-pot caliper brakes. And now, fun fact for you guys, the front brakes are actually the same brakes which are found in the legendary Honda NSX. Yes, you heard me right. So that's pretty cool. Keep that in mind, guys. Next, moving on to the side profile, what we have here are a bit of fake carbon fiber again, and along with the red pinstripe as well, and more of the red accent going around as well, with more fake carbon fiber. And you have a bit of cooling with a vent which is functional and not fun, as some of the vents are closed and open at the same time, which is weird. Anyways, moving along here, you have the side skirt which stands out and which gives more aggressiveness to the car, and the wheel setup. Also the wheels, you have 20-inch alloy wheels which are stocked from the OE, which are stocked from the factory. And then, so talking about the roof, you have a shark fin over there and some bit of aero going on to create more downforce and what not. Let's talk about the rear. First of all, you have this very controversial looking wing. Most people like it, most people don't, but in my opinion, I think it looks pretty darn cool. Then moving down lower, you have the C-shaped tail lights along with the Civic badging. And fun fact, which all you might know, is that all the Type Rs come with the red badging as well. And then you have another Type R badging down there, and that's about it. Now, let's move down to the most interesting bit. So you have the rear sensors over here, and along with some fake vents, sad to say, but that's the truth. Now, diffuser. So it's quite a large diffuser, which is pretty good. Helps to keep everything more streamlined and whatnot. Fun fact for you, the exhaust pipe setup on this is there for a reason. It's not there just for looks or just to stand out or whatever. It is there for a good reason, and that is to prevent or to reduce the droning and the buzzing sound, you know, when you are to go at high speeds. So that's the reason why this particular car has this exhaust setup there. So nothing much to say about the rear. It looks pretty good, controversial as I said before. People like it, people don't, but hey, it's still a Type R, it's still a Civic, so you can't go wrong with a Civic, am I right? We are all, curious to know how much of a boot space you would have on these modern day supercars or sports cars, as we like to call them. Let's find out, shall we? So that's a lot, and a lot to be exact. It's exactly 420 liters of boot space.
Nice.
Piss off now. Anyways, so Oshan, you can tuck in you can hide down in the corner over there. You stay there. So as I was saying before, Oshan rudely interrupted me. This has a capacity of 420 liters, which is a lot for a sports car, a modern day sports car, and I'm pretty glad about that as well. So you have your basic toolkits and everything down here, which is all almost brand new, which is pretty nice to know. That's about it, guys. I mean, the boot space is pretty good. So yeah, Oshan, bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, now let's talk about what's under the hood of a Civic Type R. But before I do, let me first tell you all the different engine variations that come with everyday road, or like the everyday normal Civics that you see on our Lankan roads. So they come with a 1 liter, a 1.5, a 1.6 and a 1.8 liter engine. But whereas the Civic, a legit Civic Type R, comes with a 2 liter inline 4 turbocharged VTEC engine. So here's another thing. So there are two variations of this as well. You have the UK spec and the American spec, and this is a UK spec FK8, which is pretty darn cool. And why I say it's cool is because the UK spec has a bit more power than the American spec, and this roughly packs around 320 horsepower and about 400 Newton meters of torque, whereas the American spec Type R packs around 306 horsepower. So that's all that you guys need to know. So now let's take a deeper look into the engine here. So you have a nice engine cover with a bit of carbon fiber and like nice red accents going around as well, which is pretty darn cool. Now everyone would like to know the fuel consumption on this. Well, let me tell you, it isn't the greatest, which is fine, because hell, it's a freaking sports car. Anyways, the fuel consumption on this is ranges around 4 to 8 kilometers per liter, and also the servicing charges. Another thing that you guys would like to know, it would set you back around 20 to 30,000 Sri Lankan rupees. Yes, it doesn't sound like a lot. It actually sounds reasonable. I mean, you guys tell me in the comment section down below. What do you guys think about the servicing charge and the fuel consumption? So that's about it, guys. Now Oshan will take you guys through the interior and give you a more in-depth look at that as well.
The interior of the Civic Type R, we have this gorgeous leather feel steering wheel, and then the red Honda badging, not a Type R badging, the red Honda badging, and of course we have fake carbon fiber over here. Now moving on to the gear or the transmission of the car, it is a six-speed manual, and it only comes in manual. So there is no automatic variant for the Type R like you get in normal base model Civics. So this only comes in a 6-speed manual, and since this is a front wheel drive car, it has LSD on the front, which is limited slip differential. What it does is it helps with the grip and the traction of the car, and to keep the power down to the road when you're launching or when you are taking it on a track and all that good stuff. So like I mentioned, only comes in 6-speed manual. Now the suspension of the car, we have 3 modes, or 2, which is called the Plus R mode, which is the sportiest setting for the suspension. It is called Plus R, not R plus. Plus R mode, what it does is it stiffens the dampers and suspension, and it sharpens the steering. So when you're taking to a track and to get the full performance of the car, it gets aggressive and you get the full performance and the fun of the car. And also, if you're daily using it, now the Type R has a comfort setting. This is new to the FK8. It has a comfort setting which softens the dampers and steering and all that good stuff. Now compared to the previous generation Type Rs, we have this new thing called pinion steering, dual pinion steering. What it does is you don't have to turn the steering wheel a lot for the car to turn quite a lot. So if you turn the steering wheel a little bit, the car will turn more. So it is easy on a track as well. So now that is called dual pinion steering, which is new to the FK8 compared to the FD2 or the FK2, which is the previous generation Type Rs. Now, it has wireless charging, of course, and it has electronic handbrakes, not a physical handbrake, which I know some people, some Type R owners or some Civic fans were complaining about it when this Type R model was launched in 2017 or whatever, because they wanted an actual handbrake, because there's no fun in an electronic handbrake. But hey, we didn't get any actual handbrake, so we have an electronic handbrake, and we have two cup holders over here and a storage compartment over here which slides up and down, and you can open it, yes, which is yeah. Now we have cup holders over here, power shutters, power mirrors, and all that good stuff. And also to mention, it is push start. We'll start up the car and give, like, you know, do a little startup sound as well. And now glove box is of course is huge, very huge actually, very practical car. Again, cup holders. And now the seats, it is bucket seats, of course, and it grabs your body way more or way better than the FK2 Type R, which is the previous generation Type R. So when you are cruising at high speeds and when you are in a track, which this car is meant to be, this is the king of front wheel drive track cars, if you guys don't know. So when you're going on a track, it holds your body in position and makes you do the maximum out of the car. So yeah, let's do a startup sound and see how this sounds like. Let's do a startup. It has push start, like I mentioned, so pretty easy. Press the brake and boom, there you go. Look at that. Yes, so now this car has a Nürburgring time of 7 minutes 43 seconds and 0.08 milliseconds. So, and the plaque, of course, there's a plaque here which says R 7129, which is a UK spec. Now yeah, that is a gauge cluster, and you can see the AC, everything is working. And that is the gorgeous infotainment or the gauge cluster of this car, which is digital, and it has driving modes, you know, R and, you know, all that good stuff. We'll get into that with a small, you know, clip as well. That is the end of the review of this gorgeous FK8 Type R, and special thanks to Mr. Akindi for bringing the car out for us. So follow us on Instagram, TikTok for more behind the scenes clips, and also on Instagram for cool pictures of this.
And that would be Streets of Ceylon 20.
Yes, and Instagram. Our TikTok at Streets of Ceylon.
Yes.
Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, and hit the bell notification so you are staying tuned when we upload a new video.
Videos like and of special cars like this one right here. So that's about it, guys, and Streets of Ceylon signing out.